Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. You've had a good week. Mine's been not bad actually. What have I done this week? Gosh, I seem to be stuck at the computer quite a bit. Reason being that myself, my parents, and my other half, we do slideshows where we show scenes of Scotland and sing music and stories and stuff. And we have one coming up next week on Valentine's Day, and we decided to put together a brand new show. So I've been spent, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I spent all those days sat at the computer, putting the presentation together and rejigging it and everything. So hopefully, touch wood, it's done. We have a rehearsal on Sunday, so hopefully, fingers crossed that it's okay and it's ready to run. And I don't have to make any more adjustments, but I suspect that I will probably able to have to, but that's fine. It's okay. Like kind of a show that we put together probably takes about maximum 10 hours to put together. Once I sort of collate all the photographs, the slides, and everything. So, and get it all animated and stuff like that. Yes, I'm the technical whiz supposedly of the group. I just happen to know how to do things like that. But hey ho. Anyway, reading wise has been not a bad week. So I did finish Out of the Storm by B.J. Daniels, and yes, I bought the book because I really enjoyed it so much that I wanted to let Mum and Dad read this. So yeah, it was really good, really well written. I really enjoyed it. I think I told you a bit about it last week, but maybe not. So we meet Kate, and she's been widowed for 20 years because her husband supposedly died in a petrol or oil refinery explosion. But she doesn't believe he's dead. But she's met this new man, Colin, and she eventually agrees to marry him. And he seems nice enough, although I was a bit hesitant about him. And then he decides that for their engagement, he's going to take her on a trip to Montana and Canada, extensively to see snow because she hasn't seen snow. But he let slip that on the way to, while they're driving through Montana, we're going to Canada to meet some of my associates and also to pick up the wedding dress I ordered for you. And I'm like, wait a minute here. But unfortunately, their car breaks down just outside of Buckhorn, Montana. And they end up having to stay in Buckhorn for a couple of days. And one of the days that they're there, Kate goes for a walk around the town and she sees this woodworking shop, and she goes in. And the man that is there is her ex-husband, but he doesn't go by his name. He goes by another name. And she then decides that she's not going to Canada, that she is going to stay in Buckhorn and try and reconnect with this man. But various things happen, and Colin kidnaps her, sort of thing. And it was really good. It was it was like page turning. I was like, what's happening? I spent an afternoon listening to it because it just, I binged it basically. So I bought this so that Mum and Dad could read it. And then I got the second one, which is called From the Shadows. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one as well. So that's what I then read. Then for the retro romance readathon that is being run by Sarah the Bookish Knitter, Melissa from Labradors and Libraries, and I can't remember who the third one is. I'm really sorry, but I picked up this Harlequin I was given by a friend for my Christmas called The Eye of the Sun by Dorothy Cork. It was very much of its time, sort of set in the 1970s? Hold on till I tell you. Yeah, 1976. So this is when this was written. Very much of its time with alpha males who, or one particular alpha male, a very naive young lady. So Derry has led, I would say, a very sheltered life. And she was brought up by her grandmother, and she works in a jeweller's, and one day she's leaving the jewellery place because the guy that owns it has made a pass at her, basically, and it's made her feel uncomfortable, so she's leaving. And on her last day there, this gentleman comes back in with this lady, and Derry had really liked the guy when he first arrived in, and the lady, they come over and they speak to her, and the lady goes, "Oh, we'd like you to come to dinner with us." And so Derry's like, "Pardon? We'd really like to meet you, come to dinner." So she does go to dinner, and Jane, who's the lady, and Richard, who is the man, turns out they're kind of they're planning to go to Egypt, and Jane is taken to Derry, and she really would like her to come with her to help her. Jane is like, she supposedly has some health issues, and she's not really, that able to do things, so she wants Derry to be able to help her. So Derry agrees to go, but she has to get various things done, clothes, etc. And while they're at dinner, they meet this other man called Link Mitchell. And Jane asks Link to help Derry get things that she'll need for Egypt, and also, visas, blah, blah, blah. And Link does it, but pretty grudgingly. And the story is basically of what happens in Egypt, and of its time, I think it would have been, written for 1976. Of its time, I think it would have been a good story. It was okay. I gave it kind of 2 out of 5. I think I much prefer the more modern day ones, but I'm glad I've read it, and I'm glad I took part a wee bit in the retro romance readathon. That was good. I'm pleased to have done it. Then I also read Chalet School World by Helen Barber. This is a series of short stories set within the Chalet School World by Eleanor M. Brent Dyer. So we sort of look at the three main, the Bettany brother and sisters. So you have the twins of Madge and Dick, and then they've got their younger sister Joey. And it's basically sort of following them through stages of time within the Chalet School World, and also some of the other sort of siblings from sort of when Madge marries and when Dick marries, and also when Joey marries. So you get some of their children, some stories about them as well. It was really good. It was really nice to sort of see different aspects of the world from somebody else's eyes, and to sort of get maybe a bit more what could have been more background on those characters as well. I really, really enjoyed it. So if it's nice to have read this, and I will definitely be looking for my own copy of this because it's something nice to have as a fill-in as part of the series. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. I then picked up Dumb Witness by Agatha Christie. This is an Hercule Poirot, and really enjoying it. I'm on page 199, so I've only got that left, so I should get this finished this weekend. This is my first Agatha Christie, would you believe? And this was given to me by a friend for my Christmas, and I'm meeting her this month, so I really want to have finished it so I can tell her what I thought of it. But yes, I am enjoying it, and Dearest Hercule is so much fun. And then on my Kindle, I am reading a review book for March, which was called The Last Party at Silverton Hall by Rachael Burton. Started it last night or yesterday, really, really enjoying it. It's sort of like part of it's a historical fiction, because you get some set in early 1900s and then more modern day, and I just really like that. I like kind of getting split stories, which is it's fun. So I'm looking forward to reading more of that. So that's kind of what I've been reading this week, what I plan to read. What else am I going to do this weekend? Well, Six Nations again, well done Scotland. We had a great result last weekend. Maybe have another great result this weekend. So yes, we're watching the rugby. We have a slideshow rehearsal, as I say, on the Sunday. So that's fine. That hopefully won't last very long. So yes, doing that. I've started a new cross stitch, but I've only just done, say, about 4 or 5 crosses just to get me anchored as to where I am in the picture, how I want to start it. So I've started that. I might do some of that. I've got a crochet blanket on the go, so I may do some of that as well. So yeah, so I'm kind of rotating between my crochet, my cross stitch, and my colouring. There will be another colouring video coming out maybe this week or next week, which people seem to enjoy them, so I'm going to maybe keep doing those. But I also plan to read as well, obviously. But that's kind of my weekend plans, nothing major. So yeah, that's going to be just nice and gentle, which is good. But please let me know down in the comments if you read any of the books I've mentioned. If so, what you would think. What did you think of them? No spoilers, please. What are you reading, and what have you been reading this week, and what you plan to read the weekend? Any weekend plans? Would love to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading, bye!